Greetings, I am Liz, and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal, and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together!
Yes!
Here we go!
Here we go!
All
So
right,
excited!
brand new
Area.
chapter!
Breakfast at the palace is an awkward affair today. I'm sitting next to Nadia at the great table, Nasmira across from us. Hang the fuck on.
We skipped the entire evening of
Which Nadia said I had to go take care of my sister. You are. Why did we skip that?
Okay, get this. It actually works with ROC.
Why?
Because Corazon was tired, was in pain, was worn out, and needed to clean themselves. So Nadia went to entertain, and we went to bed.
We said goodbye.
We said goodbye.
You know what?
Corazon put down the wine bottle, excused themselves for the evening, and went to take care of themselves and go to bed. And
Nadia specifically said we should go, didn't they?
I
thought she said, like...
even know.
God, I don't remember.
But
we just played it, and I fucking forgot.
I'm just going to say that's what happened.
All right, fine.
What happened was, we were correct. Corazon just went, I have no more energy to be the powerhouse that you may require of me. I'm going to bed.
This has been a lot of days with
Also,
ups and downs.
Hosting your sister is not going to help us towards the investigation that I was hired for, so good night.
Good night.
Good night.
You're powerful enough on your own, right?
How do you like that?
I'm sitting next to Nadia on the great table, and Nasmira across from us. Conversation is stilted, although it's clear that Nadia is trying to make an effort at the very least.
Trying.
So, Nadia, what kind of sights does Vesuvia have to offer? I was thinking I'd see the city before the masquerade. You want to see Vesuvia?
Somewhere? How did you fucking not see Vesuvia? You went through... Okay.
I was sleeping in the carriage the entire time.
I just was completely uninterested at all. I was waiting for you to show me the grand personalized tour.
Actually, what it is I've actually seen a whole lot of it and had a really good time, but what I'm trying to do is force a bonding activity.
Spend time with you. Sibling time.
I'm trying to make a friendly overture of a way we could hang out.
Yes. Which is also reasonable. There are many ways to see this, but I also love just the casual implication of... Because we've seen a map at this point now of where the castle is and where the fucking way to get to the castle is.
And where Prakra is.
You really cannot just go over the hills and through the woods to grandmother's house, okay?
You have to go through a lot of Vesuvia to get to the castle.
You really do. There is no... I could just buck my way up to the castle proper.
On the border of Vesuvia.
You're like...
Perfect.
Yes, this will not cause us any concerns at all when it comes to other people potentially going... Could I steal that? Could I take that over? What would be the risk reward here?
The capital of our entire city-state is in the corner on the border of 3 other countries.
The city-state right here. You all will defend me, right? That's such like arrogant bullshit.
But no, it is in the center of the city.
It is!
And it is amazingly, but I just...
No, I mean, I thought it was like off on a corner or something. Like it's up at the top, so like here are the docks down here. Remember with the
Okay, but
the land?
like the size of its area, it's relatively like centralized.
Oh yeah, no, I like on the map, like the larger overall map, but I was thinking like just the map to actually get to it where it shows you how they like the roads
so
are.
imagine if she went from Prakra over to the sea and then went through the sea and then rode a canal and then went up to the castle.
Also,
so she saw nothing.
Like I don't think there's a way to get in the back way.
Okay, but imagine, what about this?
They don't have a back door.
Okay, you know what?
It's like your characters.
You know what? Do you remember that Mazalenka snuck Julian out of the city from the dock?
I know.
Out of the city, from the dock outside the city.
I
know.
So
there's clearly a back door somewhere.
This place clearly has a back door. All right.
Okay, but also I was just going to say, this would be really funny if basically the level of like entitlement that Nadia has expressed based on her privilege, what if her sister was the same way of going, I didn't pay any attention to the city because until I'm being shown it properly, it's not really there.
Fair, but...
I deserve a tour.
Excuse me, I also wish to participate in poverty tourism.
Yes.
It's very important. I'm a royal. I have to keep up somewhere. Prince Philip just died.
You want to see Vesuvia? I have doubts there is anything here you might enjoy, dear sister. Don't be silly. Didi, I'm sure there's something for me to do while I'm visiting.
Please?
Hopeful? Ooh, your eyes are so pretty.
She's so cute.
This
I think
person
she's
is
very
lovely.
pretty.
I love your skin tone. I love your color aesthetic. I love how
Your
like,
goddamn
femme you
hair.
are. Your sari is beautiful. You look amazing.
Uh-huh.
Also, eyes just like bam. Ah, Corazon, you're from Vesuvia, aren't you? Do you have any suggestions? Hi, my sister is a disaster. And by that I mean really hostile. Let me talk to you.
And, please,
Please?
help. I know the area around the shop well, but I'm not sure there are any... Those are good places to suggest to a princess, except for the fact that I have illustrated beforehand that I completely have, excuse me, the balls to just be like, we will fucking go anywhere, excuse me.
Okay, but like, I know the area around the shop well. Are we suggesting in this moment that the MC does not know any other part of the entire city well?
That was the problem that I had last time.
They're
Remember
on
we
a
were talking about going like, I've never
tiny-
really been here. I don't know what the districts look like. Remember we had that conversation? We were really like, are you kidding? Are you really implying that your main character has spent no time outside of Asra's, like, shop?
That's what I am suggesting, is that basically they've been incredibly sheltered, and part of the reason, perhaps, Corazon is so basically defiant of Asra, is going, I am basically going through my effective teenage phase, because, you know, accelerated maturity, and, and I am rebelling against you and your sheltered preparedness, and I'm going to get out in the world and do shit,
Damn
and
it.
find out who the hell I am.
Right,
Good
place
princess.
to a princess, whatever that... Why does it matter? It's fine. There are some of the places Nadia showed me on the tour, though. Nadia
our
showed
tour.
me. Showed me.
Which place should we go to? Corazon chooses. She showed me this place that I knew the name of and told her to go to.
Yeah, that she specifically asked me about. Or was it the fact that the implication then there was going, I have two places we could go. We could go to the temple district or we could go to here.
The markets.
The
Yeah.
markets. And I'm like,
And you go,
what?
I will pick from them, neither of which I am familiar with.
Holy crow!
You're kidding.
I don't see why Nasmira wouldn't also enjoy them.
I am interested also, though, what Corazon or what the MC thinks a princess is and what they would want or need. Based on that Nadia is effectively princess royalty, given that she was a princess before she became a countess.
Which is really fascinating. I wonder if one of the reasons she's like, well, I will never be empress because she's the youngest, and I don't know how inheritance works for them.
No idea.
Because they all have sisters, as far as I know.
I was just saying,
So-
it could be matriarchal, but we don't actually know.
We don't.
If you want,
My guess was that it was matriarchal because that seemed to be like they're like we have girl boss line
because it
That's kind of-
isn't the emperor, it's the empress.
Yeah, because that was what we were talking about. So, because you weren't talking about your father, the emperor, you were talking about the empress, and we saw the mom, which I have to say, still I was like, holy shit, she looks like she could eat everyone alive.
It was amazing. It was pretty good.
Yeah, and then like the oldest sister is like, hello. I am
two of
extremely
them-
like. Blue, 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 blue.
The two of them look so much like each other to me.
I know. I got them really confused.
Basically, what the Empress did was she made a carbon copy of herself first. She cloned herself first so she could replace her, and then she had some fun.
And then she had some fun.
You know, expressing all the colors of the rainbow.
If you're gonna have some fun, you better do it in a rainbow.
I will begin prismatically, and then I will scatter.
Yes, exactly. I am actually a divine entity. I
I'm-
don't even know.
I could go for that, but I'm wondering what your MC thinks that basically a princess's standards are, and why they would seem confused when they seem, in general, like they think they understand what Nadia's standards are.
Well, yeah, and the other thing that, again, why I think this is very silly is because you also literally really did just have a section where your main character has the option to go, hey, Nadia, you're fucking standing out, stop it.
Uh-huh.
Like, really?
That you seem to have an idea of what, in your tiny little
And
area
also going
around the
that
shop, what
she's
people
awkward, not, oh, wow, you're a princess, you should never do this. It's a, God, if you're trying to get anything accomplished, you should not do that. Like, stop being you kind of thing.
And yeah, which is the reverse, but still, I'm just like, yeah, that. Anyway,
It's okay. I don't see why Nasmira wouldn't also enjoy them.
But
then
did-
again,
did Nadia enjoy herself
At all?
Other than the red market, which surely you're not going to take my Nasmira there.
I'm also just like, enjoy the red market one was something completely else that Nadia wanted to do on her own. And then I'm like, okay, so then we chose to go to the marketplace, which is apparently a goddamn disaster.
And
Because-
flooded.
And flooded and fucked up. I'm like, and your main character's like, wow, I didn't know anything. I'm like, how do you
Clearly-
not know anything?
clearly, I mean, we know it is the marketplace, and we know how you should behave here, but we're not familiar with it. Maybe I know it's there and I'm familiar with it are very important distinctions in this game.
Oh, God.
Such as, like, I know the mall is there, I am not familiar with it.
Okay, but also, like, I don't know, it's
All right,
fine.
then again?
Then again, it doesn't usually go over well when I try to talk to Nasmira in front of Nadia. Since
In
fucking
2 examples.
when?
2 examples. Nadia didn't seem particularly pissed about us talking to Nasmira yesterday.
No,
Only
she just
about
seemed to be like,
Nasmira's
see?
existence.
I told you, Nasmira is trying to get all up in my shit. That wasn't a, I'm upset at you. It sounds like a, see, you should understand my pain.
Yeah, that's what I got.
That's
That's all I got.
that's very different.
I have a few suggestions. Keep my mouth shut. I feel like Corazon would speak.
Of course Corazon is gonna talk. Corazon, you ask me a question. Can I answer the question? I can answer the question.
I also do not think that Corazon is in the habit of giving people the silent treatment just because.
Yeah, no, that's dumb.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't get that at all. Again, you got some of that, like, childish impulsiveness of going, of course I have the answer. Or I will tell you, oh, I don't have the answer.
Yeah, I will, at least I have no idea. Or, yes, let me suggest something.
Right? Well, I have a few suggestions. I glance over at Nadia, who watches me curiously from behind her teacup. Clearly not furious or upset that I am fucking talking to her sister. I'm done.
I was gonna say, it isn't definitely pouring on that experience after this, but I also am just like from behind her teacup, I'm imagining Nadia going, I will just hide behind this overly sized, giant,
Saturatedly,
elaborate, yes, extremely elaborate teacup, the fanciest bullshit you've ever seen, almost looks like a teapot in and of itself, drinking, her whole face disappears, thank God you can't see me.
One of those where once you get down to the bottom of it, it says, you've been poisoned.
Or it just says, fuck you too. Yes.
Behind her teacup. There is a beautiful statue garden in the upper district, and a floating market down the Palazzo Aurelia.
Were those the 2 options we were offered before? Statue garden?
No,
and
one of them was
floating
the temple, and the other one was, like, the market district.
How do we know about the statue garden?
I think
Is
the
it
market
right next to the
district...
shop?
I think the statue garden might actually be the temple, which I am confused by because that statue, if it's the thing that you run into, so I'm
With
using
Julian?
as with Julian, I'm gonna laugh my butt off.
That'd be hilarious.
I would laugh. I'm like, oh, look, the premium scene is not so premium anymore.
That would
We're
be-
all gonna go get cursed, violently poisonous flowers and crush them on each other and
go-
try not to die.
Gently shake them at each other, the pollen flapping off, blackjack style, and just being like, oh, look at these beautiful flowers. Everyone dies of poison. The end.
The end.
That is your ending.
What happened? Well, I died of an aggressive allergic reaction. What
You
the
see,
fuck is-
what happened was we all went to a lovely but garden that was in disrepair, and none of us had herbology, so we couldn't be saved by it.
So we didn't
And
roll
so we
very
died.
high.
Corazon. That blush and that level of things.
Shut behind her teacup.
Her also. Oh yes, I'm so angry and so grumpy when you talk to my sister, and by that I mean get incredibly horny, and or blushy, and or impressed. What?
Ah!
Corazon, it pleases me so to know you enjoyed our date the other day.
So they really are saying that actually what happened, those choices we had was given to us by Nadia. Nadia said, hey, do you want to check out this place or this place? It wasn't just so the thing is I'm trying to... The game wasn't trying to do through limited, access of going, these are the only places we basically either designed or will allow you to go check out, or say that your character just knows about.
I mean, Nadia did ask, which place would you like to go to?
Right.
So yeah, it wasn't our character's knowledge. It was literally her offering, these are the only 2 things that I am suggesting. Pick one.
Yeah, and I'm like, ooh, that is such a different tone than I expected. That is
see.
actually really interesting, though, also, again, to kind of come back and go, it wasn't either game limitation or just things they were like, here, these are the only 2 places we want to go because we're trying to feed into our ending dynamic of, this ending or that ending. So you have only 2 options.
So,
Enjoyed our date.
So, she's just trying to show off here and be possessive?
I find this to be weird.
This feels to me like that sort of possessive behavior. I'm going to specifically label what this was out loud in front of someone else. It feels again like that possessive dude behavior that I was mentioning before.
So
of going specifically, this is my partner that I was dating. Oh, you mean when we slept together? You mean when you spent the night at my house? You mean that date we were on?
You mean when Nasmira was like, hey, so I noticed you guys are very close, and Nadia goes, you mean that they are mine? In that way that I was like, Holy shit, she already said it.
Yes.
You are so deeply insecure.
That you are pushing back in agreement with what she said.
Yes! Nasmira, what are we arguing about?
I will defy you with the same statement you said, but harder.
Whoa.
Someone, you like bagels, don't you? I fucking love bagels! Okay.
Okay.
So why are we arguing?
Why are you so mad at me?
Why-
I love bagels! Don't you disrespect me!
Yes,
Yeah.
you're extremely fond of bagels. Love them! Oh, great.
But I'm kind of wondering, so my friend and I have been kind of talking, and I don't know what this is, but this seems to be another round of slowly turning into, can you caretake for people? Like, Nadia's got a different kind of caretaking required compared to, like, when we did the Julian route, but, like, Nadia is also like, I need someone to take care of me because I'm a fucking disaster.
And also because you have no friends, you have no family, you have no connections that you can count on.
that you also refuse to either count
Or
on
will
or
lean
interact
on.
with.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow.
I am completely
bro.
lonely and isolated. I am an island, just like Julian. Like, no one will ever understand me.
Pasha, what am I? Chopped liver?
I said, yes, you're about the size of one too.
But also,
Portia, oh, I swear to God, I'll get up there and I'll break every single one of your nose right now.
okay, but like also, Nadia doing the same thing. Pasha, I am literally your direct handmaid. I'm here to do nothing but serve you, help you, and support you in whatever way you require. Nadia, I'm alone. I'm an island. I have no support, and sometimes I get so tired of being alone in an island. Pasha standing right there holding a tray.
Motherfucker.
I
I fucking hate every single day. Sometimes I'm dealing with this. I have a huge crush on you, but you're a goddamn mess. Why do I like you? You're like my brother.
Shit, that's why I like you.
Oh, God.
Oh my god. Pasha runs out to the garden, grabs some piece of fauna of like flora, sticks her head in it and screams.
Grabs the cat, actually.
Right.
Yells into the body of the cat.
Gently yells into Peppy. Peppy purrs. Peppy, that's a neat name. I purr at you. I
Also,
just,
like, why are you scrim?
hi.
Wow.
Are you okay? Peppy, you seem stressed.
Stressed.
I would gently pat at your
The
face.
cockatoo
Ah, yes.
freaks out. All right.
Right. Corazon, it pleases me so to know you enjoyed our date the other day.
Our entire date. Our whole date.
You might enjoy seeing it too, Nasmira, she says, feistily, saucily. You won't be on a date, though, will you?
Oh, right, then hang on, I have to add in my opinion with you as well. Yes, you might like it as well. Corazon, are you okay? You suddenly can't do anything on your own.
Also a level of going, oh, Corazon, you really enjoyed our date. Nasmira, you might like it too. A date with your apprentice? I mean, a date with your magician? With your...
Corazon,
consort?
well, at least it might be less drama.
Corazon, sure, fine. I could totally go on a date with Nasmira and see what she's like. Why not?
Why not? Sure, why not?
It's fine. I can date whoever I want.
My goddamn leg doesn't hurt as much today.
And if
Worm!
I will stab that worm in the eye.
Next time I see it, I will find a non-existent eye and I will poke it with my cane.
I will beat it over the head with my goddamn cane.
I will do
I
it.
will bring my balancing cane, and then I will bring my fighting cane.
And then I will bring my sewing needles, all of them, and I will stick them in all of my gloves.
And I will punch the worm. Worm screeches, runs away. Plasma. What happened to my precious baby? Corazon, hand dripping in blood. No idea.
I don't know.
I have no clue.
I can't imagine. Excuse me, get me a cloth.
Excuse me, I require... No, I brought a backup glove for myself. Put it in a baggie. Like, some sort
I
of
will have
like...
to save it.
Because I need to wash it.
Uh-huh.
But like puts it in like, a waterproof, like,
Uh-huh.
oiled bag.
Like an oilskin of some kind, yeah.
Mhm. And then puts on a new glove that matches the first one. I'm prepared, excuse me.
I know exactly what I was doing.
All right. But it does sound like saying, you might enjoy a date with my apprentice as well.
You might enjoy seeing this date with...
Yeah, you might enjoy the same date I had. And so, oh my God. Nasmira, Vesuvius canals certainly allow for interesting features.
What?
What's the rush? We haven't had breakfast like this for ages. I've missed you. Okay, Nadia. Oh, let me show off. Let me tell you the status quo of things. Nasmira,
you're trying to throw me out the door. Couldn't we... You know what? Couldn't we just bring things down a notch? You seem like you're up to 11 again.
Are you okay?
Instantly up to 11.
Nadia.
I don't know what I did, but I'll try to bring it down.
This is called stress, dear. Not Nadia, this is stress, dear. Oh, Nadia! It's okay, have a little bit more of white goose, you'll be okay.
Have a little bit more tea. You know what? Maybe a couple of shots will just calm you down. Spikes or tea.
There's like actually like spiked tea is a thing. It's true. I've missed you.
I've missed you.
Hey.
Wow! She blushes at her sister.
Aggressively. Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay.
What is the blush supposed? Okay, now I'm like, you've used that blush for so many things. What does it even mean in this game? Does it mean I'm shy? Does it mean I'm surprised? Does it mean I'm uncomfortable?
Or I'm just embarrassed.
Does it mean straight out embarrassed? You use it for like erotic constantly at the beginning of the setup. And now are you using it for I am uncertain? Like, what does this blush mean? Or is she suddenly like, oh, my sister has said a hot thing?
Or again, just like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Like, I don't even...
Like I said, it's the exact same pose. Same pace.
I know there are limitations, you guys. I get it. It's just also one of those things sometimes where you go, okay, so I get really used to a certain formula, and then when you start doing things like that, you go, I'm a little confused, because I don't think... Yeah.
It's how long they set it up for me.
Yeah.
Like, if the blush had been used several ways in the intro to the story, I would have no problem with assuming it's for different things. But since the beginning of the story started with sort of the apprentice and Nadia in a capsule where she didn't flirt or where she didn't blush at anyone else and flirted pretty damn hard with them, there's a level of going, that's what I learned flirt meant based on context. Or learned blush meant. Blush meant flirt, basically, or respond.
Flirt.
Yes, and so I'm just like, that is, I now feel like they're branching out, but I feel like it's too late because you've already taught me what this means.
It has a weird association in any case. It's okay. We can still learn, we can change things, but it just feels awkward.
I admit it has been quite a while since we last spoke. Except for yesterday, which I wish didn't happen.
Because that was
ago.
embarrassing.
Ah, there's Portia with the mail. Lovely. Set it here, would you? Portia. Oh, now you remember I exist.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that very much.
You're
Hey, buddy,
welcome.
Portia, why are you using your Scottish accent? Because you already know the twist. It's fine.
It's fine,
Anna.
because it's not a secret anymore.
That's me, Portia with the mail. Here you go, hot from the owlery.
What?
I thought she was going to say, like, hottie from the owlery.
Okay, so...
Hot from the owlery, so like hot off the oven, so hot from the owlery where the owls... They're making a Harry Potter reference.
But that doesn't work in universe.
It's a reference.
So they're really going, this has no place in universe at all. It's just a completely out of context reference. And if you don't know Harry Potter, this does nothing for you?
No. That, so you send mail by bird.
But why would you say owlery?
I don't know. But to me, I'm going like, unless they all... So maybe it is that Nadia does have a bunch of... She's a wizard, Harry.
But
she might actually have owls that do this, but I didn't think that they would all be owls, because, so pigeons were the big things that actually, so why we have so many pigeons in our world is because people bred pigeons like fucking crazy, because they use them for goddamn everything.
Well, also because they were previous to fancy dog breeds, they were the fancy breeded thing.
They were!
Like you had fancy bred pigeons.
Yeah.
I was just saying, but I'm like, there haven't been messenger birds in this game that I remember. Are you familiar with any? Because I'm not remembering any messenger birds in the whole canon of this game.
Are you freaking kidding me? You do not remember the freaking raven?
No, I remember, yeah, Malak delivering a thing because Julian told him to in, like, the altered, the updated prologue.
Yeah.
But that is, we're talking the entire canon of the game, and Malak's a very specific pet.
We have not played the entire canon of the game, so that question I can't answer for you. I appreciate you want to...
And then they went back to the old prologue, which doesn't include that.
Which is really funny to me.
Because I really liked the new prologue.
I did too.
And if anyone is listening to this and wonders what we're talking about, we actually did the entire new prologue, and there's information on it. You can go look at there's a playlist on our channel.
There is, and
Right,
it no
anyway.
longer exists.
So, unless that term means something other than a Harry Potter reference, I'm confused as to why I think.
I mean, it is just supposed to be basically you have your falconry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you had your messenger birds. Here's your coop where you kept all of your animals. And so they're going from the owlery. So to me, I went, oh, the only reason I can think of that is one, Nadia has a strong association with using owls as her animal image, which is what we figured out from last time doing the masquerade, and a lot of her clothing has owls in it. She has
Right.
owl iconography fucking everywhere.
Right.
So her having owls also could just be an in-universe thing that also could have been partly inspired by Harry Potter. Because owls!
Because owls, except
But
for
I'm also like, owls are fucking terrible animals to actually have as delivery critters.
to have do anything.
Yes, because they're dumb as bricks in that sense, and are also highly predatorial. Anyway.
So all I'm asking is, does such a thing as a functioning owlry that's not just for keeping owls exist?
I guess so, yeah. That's your introduction to the line.
No, in real life.
Oh, no, not that I know of, not at all.
Okay.
Did you actually know that they... Okay, so did you ever watch any of the behind-the-scenes stuff with the Harry Potter stuff?
Oh yeah,
For the movies?
No, I know that in the movie it doesn't, like, don't...
No.
doesn't matter.
I'm talking about... So the people that specifically talked about, like, training the birds themselves. They were
And
like,
that it was-
owls are notoriously terrible.
They were stupid, and
Yeah.
it was very hard to train them to do anything. Yes, I know that.
Yes.
That's
Okay, so as far as I know,
I'm only asking the one question.
there is no
Just
such
the
thing
one.
as an owlery.
Except for where you keep your owls.
You don't even really have that, I think.
I mean,
don't-
as far as I know, but owl breeders can call it an owlry. But it's not where you get mail or do anything, it's just where you breed your owls.
Okay, well that may be possible. I always think of like a falconry, for example, is like you usually have done active things with it.
Alright,
I don't know.
so yeah, that reference is
It's not
confusing.
Raptor Rescue, okay?
So I will try and look it up after this episode, providing I remember, but in the meantime, if anybody swings in and is like, I know what an owl, an owlry is in reference to that statement that does not mean Harry Potter, but it doesn't spoil the game, feel free to set me straight, that's fine. Here you are.
Aha! Portia hands over the stack of letters and then bustles back out of the dining room.
Okay. How strange. How strange what, dear? Yes, thank you, Nadia. What's strange? You never let anyone fetch your mail at home. You were fiercely protective of your privacy. But you seem deeply concerned about this rather than like a level of, oh, you have changed or grown.
Yes?
So, and I'm not saying it's bad, but she doesn't seem like, how strange, that's unusual. She seems, how strange, like, I am deeply concerned. This is wild.
So all that exists on Merriam-Webster online is the definition of an owlery is an abode or haunt of owls.
Yep.
And that's it.
Exactly.
So
if you just have several owls and you own them in a coop or a whatever, you have an owlery.
Yep.
Yes.
But yeah, so the thing specifically though about delivering mail, I'm almost dead certain at this point, is just basically a Harry Potter thing, or since Rowling did actually take basically several ideas from other people, it's not uncommon. I think I've heard about owls being used to transport mail for other things.
And other fantasy things?
Yeah. So I'm like, it's not unusual, but that's the big social one that we know about.
Okay. Anyway, I find it really weird here that Nasmira seems really concerned about it. Like, why would you be concerned about your sister being less fiercely private and controlling?
Because she's like, it's been 2 years. The last time I saw you, you nearly bit my head off.
At least 3 years, because...
Still, it's been a while.
I'm just going, why would this change because for concern rather than interest or even just confusion?
Anybody handling your mail. Wow, you had a servant come in with your mail. You would be the only one who wanted to go get your own mail, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, but okay. Imagine you're a person that has done a really, really, like, I will keep track of my own life thing, right?
Okay.
Say you're extremely independent and controlling of your own stuff in your own space, right?
Okay.
Very private. And then someone who hasn't seen you for years but loves you, sees you do something that's less controlling and goes, I'm deeply concerned and worried. Why are you less controlling than you were?
About this one thing.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Do I need to remind you of the freaking camera incident with your own family member? Where people go, hi, this pattern of behavior, it is only this thing, and this is the one thing that I got out of you because you made such a big deal out of it.
I feel like I'm not saying this right. Why is it concerning? Why is it worrisome rather than just interesting, a point of notice? That's the question.
Did she say she was concerned?
Look at her face.
That doesn't... So that's not what she said, though. You're going, she said she was concerned. She's not saying any of that.
No, I'm saying they put on the really concerned character face going, you never let anyone fetch your
They
mail
might
at home."
only have a couple of faces. Why are you so obsessed with the faces right now? Friend, you're picking on so many things that I don't understand right now.
Because they're the only way to understand context.
To me, that's just sort of like dimly surprised.
Oh, okay.
That's not a, oh my fucking god! Call out the hounds! The world is on! like, I don't...
Because I don't understand Nasmira yet. Okay, fetch your mail at home. You were fiercely protective of your privacy. And then, see, now she's very combative.
And...
Portia does not know how to read, so I needn't worry about her snooping around my mail.
That is incredibly arrogant, actually.
Also, that is a level of control, like, wow.
Well, and then there's sort of little, I guess, on the side.
Besides, I'd like to think I can trust her. Hi! Has someone who takes care of your cars. How do you know they won't steal one? Oh, well, they cannot drive and they don't have the keys. But I trust them nonetheless.
Also, I'm like, that's incredibly silly just to me, because I'm like, oh, they don't have legs. I'm sorry. They're disabled. Well, you know, they don't have legs. They can't drive.
How are you sure that they won't eat your food? They don't possess a mouth. But I also like to think that I can trust them.
I was like, that is such a, like, backhanded... Oh, well, I can't read. Portia, to think I ever liked you.
And I feel like it's basically Nadia's privilege just coming out as being defensive, of going, no, I'm not being less protective, I'm not being less safe, I'm not being less private, she can't fucking read. And then going, oh, well, maybe I should backpedal a little bit, not be quite so aggressive.
Quite so arrogant.
And just go, or defensive and be like, I like to think I can trust her. I'm happy for you, Nadia. Now you have 2 romance prospects. That's lovely.
In case this one fails, which it might.
You have
the other
one,
which I would not suggest you tell, going, I can really trust you because you can't fucking read.
Uh-huh.
Can you? That is such a dick thing.
I'm just imagining aren't you afraid your servants will eavesdrop? They can't understand English. But I like to think that I can trust them.
I'm like, that is super unappealing.
That is amazing.
That is sort of gross in a way I don't know how to describe. All right, good for me. Hi.
I mean, it doesn't make Nadia a bad person at all. Just in case
it's
just really stunning.
It's stunningly classist is what it is. It is incredibly entitled. Also going, the only reason I would ever employ you is because I put you... Well, also, you know, I could trust them because, you know, why would they betray me?
Also,
they're magnificent. I gave them a coin. Look, they're my servants. I don't have slaves here. I'm like, it's so arrogant.
I'm also just going,
that's sort of tasteless.
Part of the interview for Pasha to get the job was reading competence. And then going, oh, since you've proven to me that you can't read at all and don't know your letters, then I will put you in a higher position of essentially trust.
No, I'm saying, like, I bet you Portia's fucking lying to her. Now, with the introduction of this, I'm like, holy shit. Why does Portia like her? Jesus Christ. That is a goddamn horrific thing to think about somebody.
Well, you know why Portia might like her? Because Portia is used to aggressively caretaking for and helping people. And Nadia needs those things and also has appeal in other ways. So, Pasha would be very familiar with, oh, I can provide things that you need, so I know where my value would be in the relationship, which makes me comfortable. Mm-hmm. And also, I feel like I then have sort of an in or access to you. And then also, you know a lot of things that I don't know. You're impressive in that you understand matters of state, and you have all this education, that you are this higher class thing that is not me. Mm-hmm. So going... You are appealing in how rigorously you take care of yourself and how strict your standards are, but also you're extremely familiar in how stressed out and how much of a mess you are.
Uh-huh.
You know, basically just high-class Julian. Happy for me. Whatever for? See, she looks very surprised there to me. It seems like you're making friends here. Your servant... that cannot read and thereby is allowed to handle things with words is
your friend. Nasmira, especially with that attitude.
Nasmira, how do you come up with the fact that you let her carry your mail makes her a friend? The fact that she serves you makes her a friend? Or is it the offhanded, also, I'd like to think I can trust her. Oh, that is a friend. Someone in your employ that is beneath you, that you are the boss.
That is your subject.
That is your subject and is also your employee.
That you can have killed at any point in time, and you basically have also said that I am above the law. I make the law.
I am the law.
I am the law. Like Jesus.
Like, Nadia has stated that she is essentially above reproach, so the power dynamic is ridiculous. Plus, if she is also responsible for Pasha's livelihood, Pasha's only job and income here, as well as, since we know Pasha lives on the grounds and the house is part of her job, she would be homeless.
Unless that's different in this world, this particular version of the Arcana.
Okay, unless that's not the same in this route. I was going to say she would be homeless the second she was fired.
She also, because you usually, in a position like that, usually as far as I understand, even for like Europe for years with servants, you needed a reference from the previous people you worked for. And if you didn't have references, you'd really have to...
Not a lot of people would hire you, or if they did, they'd hire you at the very bottom.
Yep.
And you have to work your way up again. And what I guess what I'm getting at here is, if you want fanfic of Pasha and Nadia, it should be massive power imbalance, where you have all the weird kink you've ever wanted from someone flaunting their power over the other one, and the other person basically submitting to get access.
Which is really funny, because I don't really see Portia doing that.
I don't know.
That's a strange thing to me, where I'm like, actually, so I have casually enjoyed seeing some of the vague ship art with Nadia and Portia, because I was like, yay, lesbians, that's adorable, you know? Why not? Need more lesbians, especially in a game where there's mostly dicks. Like, let's be real. But, like, the big thing for me is now coming to this, I'm like, wow, like, and I know Nadia's probably going to change, but there still is that thing of going, like, but you're still stuck in this environment. Like, you see the evidence even with Nasmira, who seems very nice, very soft, whatever, and you see it with everybody of going, like, that's the expectation. Can you really believe that Nadia will always remember exactly that she has that much power and that she could totally, just do something else if she wanted? Like, do you really think she's going to give all that up?
Or also the experience of going, if she's ever dissatisfied with her partner and they are extremely lower station, do you think there is any way that equality in the relationship could be struck, such as the other person not trying to be more compliant because their literal survival depends on the person they're dating?
Which I'm not going to get into a personal story about, because we are over time! Hey! So, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. I apologize for the yell there, but I really did believe that my friend had actually read She Was Concerned.
No, I was just talking about the luck. It's okay.
I didn't understand what you were... So that's why I was very confused.
We had sometimes we have to learn to communicate with each other. And you get to be privy to these experiences. Welcome aboard.
Because you all were like, she said, and I'm like, she's not saying anything. So, I know,
it's okay.
It's fine.
It's
all
okay.
right, so...
I'm good.
I'm glad. I hope so. So sorry for blowing your ears out, guys, but thank you for being here anyway. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you were having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon. We also have a Twitch, we have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, we have a Tumblr. We have a lot of things. We are on all of those platforms. If you'd like to join us live at any point, we do Twitch live streams, hence why I mentioned Twitch. And honestly, other than that, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye!